obviously recording this on YouTube. So please bear with me a second.
Now we are on YouTube. Hi, everyone.
There we are. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to... Yes, now we're on YouTube. So welcome to another session. So today we have Alex, and he's I will let him introduce himself, but welcome. So we're going to learn about dashboards today. Well, we're going to learn about dashboards today. He's going to be teaching us how to design a dashboard that will survive the corporate world. Some of you are probably new to dashboards. Some of you have created many, many dashboards. And if you are, you know that some dashboards don't get used or just gets used for a very short time. And Alex is an expert, and luckily he's sharing his expertise with us in terms of how to actually create a useful dashboard and design that would be effective and that will survive the corporate world. And he's going to make this an interactive session. As some of you may know, I like my sessions to be interactive, and Alex is up for that. So this will be interactive. So don't be scared. Please, raise your hand, ask a question, answer his questions as well. If there's anything that's not clear, please say it, type it out. I'll be checking the chat. And then Alex, I think you don't mind, do you, if I let you know when a question...
Yes, you may feel free to ask your questions, feel free to interrupt me.
Okay, thank you. Very, very friendly, very, very helpful. So Alex, do you want to introduce yourself before you start, and then take it from there?
Thank you, Margaret. I'm ready to start, and we will have such positive topic, our dashboard cemetery walk, and I will introduce you some dashboards and discuss causes of their death or causes of their survival. Few words about me. So I started 15 years ago as a data analyst. Then I promoted to project manager, team lead, project lead, and founded my own agency. And my passion is still creating, developing, design and development of dashboards. And I pretend to be the first person who will win Information is Beautiful award with Power BI dashboard, not with Tableau or custom solution. And I teach my clients, my students, how to not only develop dashboards, but how to define right KPIs, how to work with business requirements. And I have two books published. The first, dashboards for executives, it's like theory of dashboards. Second was released last year, and this September my upcoming book, Visual Vocabulary, Data Visualization with Power BI, will be released in O'Reilly Media. And if you have O'Reilly account, you can get early access to this book. And finally, I have founded my own data visualization award for the best dashboard, and I'm trying to engage experienced analysts or beginners to test their skills and to have a chance to be recognized among worldwide community. And today I'm going to tell you 7 stories based on real life examples of our clients. Of course, data are anonymized, but I will show you these demos about salary, pharmaceuticals, B2B sales, marketing KPIs, trade logistics, human resources, and brokering. And after each of these stories, I will ask you to guess, to make a proposal. Has this dashboard died or survived? And so what's the problem? Usually business users and data analysts have their expectations on dashboards that these beautiful screens will provide us insights. We will make data-driven decisions. We will analyze bottlenecks in our business process, predict some decisions, and do all this bullshit that vendor tells on their conferences in Las Vegas. But in real life, some dashboard still looks like this PowerPoint presentation, or clients use Excel, PowerPoint, or different tools like Tableau, Power BI, Looker. But really, these dashboards contain useless charts. We can't make any conclusion, any decision. They look messy and may contain tons of charts, useless bar charts, endless bar charts, and finally, business and analysts prefer to just to look at the spreadsheets or dashboards in such spreadsheet style to just to be able to read something. And we have different causes of death, and this cause may be not only bad design, bad data visualization, or low usability. And please help me join this conversation. What causes of dashboard death could you suggest? So why dashboard can die in the corporate world when we develop something useful, but finally no one use it? So it may be not only low usability. For example, there's maybe no real user. We may develop dashboard for everyone or any employee, but finally there's no real decision maker who will daily or weekly or monthly look at this tool and make his decisions. Or let me look at the chart. Oh, I see a question about cemetery. Takami, great suggestion. We may not provide training really, and our users might be not familiar with dashboards, or we may overload this dashboard with indicators or some supplementary information wrong, and really it may not tell a story. Great example. Yes, I agree with you, and we may have problem with data, with not consistent data, not trusted data, or wrong type of visualization, wrong visuals. Yes, I agree with you, and not clear, right? And sometimes we have a good dashboard at the start, but month by month we may lose its usability, or lose some connections to data sources, or they get not trusted. So there are a lot of causes of death, and we will discuss and show these real world examples. And I hope that you will avoid these mistakes when you will start your projects, or you will find ideas how to improve your dashboards. Yeah, great comment, Jessica. So let's discuss our first case. So the story was in a big manufacturing corporation, and they decided to implement a new ERP system. So before, they had some reports manually created in Excel, and they had a lot of data sources, and they had great digital transformation strategy, how to unify all the processes, get real-time dashboards. Their platform was SAP Lumira Analytics, and a lot of expensive tools. But during this project, they developed a temporary solution, in my favorite data visualization, data analytics tool. Can you guess what tool is it? Can you recognize?
Power BI.
Not Power BI. Not Tableau. Stephanie, you're right. It's Excel. Microsoft Excel. Let me show this. And so that's Excel to make sure. And not everyone knows that we can use such interactive element as slicer, and it looks like Power BI or Tableau. And really, I can start from such a PowerPoint slide that we have total wage fund, our actual value, 7,800,000, our target, our wage fund, our actual expenses, and we have our spend, our budget. We can break down this by division, production, logistic, commercial. And for example, we can see that for production workforce, we have 127% of our overspendings, and we have trend, and we also can analyze by our budget item, salary, bonus, and other. And I see that our extra budgetary funds are overspent by 150, or bonuses 200. And I can see that we haven't our fund on January, so it's not a problem of our spending, it's probably of planning. And so being in the same screen, we can dive into each department each month, or finally decide and find these locations where we have our overspendings. So that's how it works, and this dashboard is pretty simple. And how do you think? Has this temporary solution died after the implementation of their complex ERP system, or this dashboard is still alive? What do you think? Place your bets. And could you also comment why? I see this hack because it's easy to use. It's a great reason. Excel lives forever. Easy to maintain. Yeah, that's a good point. And easy to understand. So let me tell this end of this story. Let's go back. So finally, this dashboard has survived because their ERP system has died, and they expected to implement it within a year. But of course, as every IT project, it delayed, and they had some problems with their business processes, their requirement. While they were implemented some processes, real requirement has changed, and they finished their system in 3 years, and all their requirements for analytics were outdated. But in their real practice, this dashboard, of course, transformed for several times, because they added different indicators, some manual data sources. But as you said, it's easy to maintain, it's easy to understand, and this dashboard has survived. And this company is implementing a new ERP system again, but they still trust this simple solution. Let's discuss next case. And this dashboard was developed in Tableau for pharmaceutical company. And regional director of European division asked for a dashboard to get sales summary for their branches, products, sales force to get this brief information at a glance. And let me show you this dashboard. I'm trying to find it. It's here. Oh, yes, it's as I said, it's developed with Tableau. No matter how amazing your dashboard, it can be expert to Excel, right? So what we have? We have their target plan. So analyst has developed data analyst has collected all the information that he had about their customer segments, their branches, areas, and the call center information about call duration, positive responses, contacts per days, per category, per each region, such as segmentation of customer segments and this correlation between sales team, salesperson, and customer segment, all the rankings by performance, by sales, by contacts, call duration, positive responses, by all the sales force, by each region, branch, and finally presented this dashboard to the regional director. And how do you say? How do you think? What has this director said when he saw this dashboard for the first time? What was his first impression? A little too busy, too complicated. Yeah, so he said, could you please export it into 3 pages PDF and not more? So the reason of this, the cause of death of this dashboard was because it was overloaded. It was too overwhelming, and that's such a common mistake that data analyst, while data analyst develops this dashboard, he decides that everything's obvious, everything's clear, because it's clear for him. But for the business user who didn't spend days and weeks in this information, it's hard to start, and really it's hard to make any decision what's good, what's bad, and that's why this dashboard has that. The next example, similar industry. Yes, some data analysts having many visuals, right? Similar industry, pharmaceutical company, and this team. So I trained this team, and they avoided previous mistakes. And this dashboard looks like executive summary. We have sales target, we have sales geography, and our good and bad locations according to our sales target, sales team, ranks, this information about positive responses, each branch. I can, sorry, I have this online demo. Let me show it. Let me show this. Yeah, That's our dashboard. And I can dive into each region. Let me, for example, somewhere in Finland, Sweden, and I can see the name of person. Of course, these data are anonymized or moderate, and see how it works. See the sales channels, pediatrics, administration, obstetrics, and briefly find the worst and the best salesperson. And how do you think? Has this dashboard died or survived? And why? Again, why do you think? Has it died or survived? And for the first several months, so the first impression of business users was pretty good, because they get about 80% of their questions looking at this dashboard. And for more detailed questions, they asked data analysts to provide additional information. And there was no need in many dashboards, because it was like ad hoc requests to make research. But for their weekly and monthly meetings, this dashboard was pretty good. What's software? This is Power BI, Daniel. But 6 months later, the team who was developed this dashboard was laid off, and this company was cutting their expenses and cutting some several teams across their world. I actually don't remember. They cut European data office or and moved all the data assets to their headquarters in the United States. And finally, there was no person who could update, who could refresh this data, because there was not only real-time connection, and month by month they need to manually add some data sources and match some external data, and these dashboards turned out to be not trusted. There, for the next month, there was not so significant difference, but month by month, data was not consistent, and business unfortunately turned back to Excel spreadsheets, PowerPoint presentations developed manually, because no one could fix their data flows. And unfortunately, this good dashboard has died in the bloody corporate world, because this company laid off the team that developed this dashboard. Such a sad story. Next story. User of this dashboard was chief marketing officer for car developing, producing for a car dealer. So they sold several brands: BMW, Toyota, Lexus, Volkswagen, Audi, and some brands. And they launched their performance ad campaigns, and they provided overview for their executive board, how they spend their money for ads, and what result have they got for different sales channel, and how effective their campaigns were. And of course, they're not always direct correlation between their ads and their sales, but they wanted to analyze how effective and these campaigns were and compare different sales channels. And let me show you this dashboard. That's it. That's it. Let's look at this. We have sales target and indicators of impressions, click, cost per mil, click-through rate, click per view, such different indicators and different types of ad campaigns: performance, mobile, social media, video platforms, display, and we can compare different indicators, budget, clicks, impressions, or index indicators like cost per mil, cost per click, click-through rate, and compare different channels. And that's how it works. Such overview. There is no drill down to each campaign, to each client. We can drill down through channel only. And how do you think was it demanded in such architecture and such user case, or it became useless? How do you think? Oh, I read that Adam expected interactive session how to create step by step. So interaction is in my storytelling. So I show you different dashboards, different platforms, and show how it works. So what I mean, this dashboard is not a great example of data visualization. So we have some indicators overloaded. We have default bar charts, line charts, nothing special. And but again, let me remind what. Yeah, finally, this dashboard has survived because this company had good in-house data engineering team, and they had their direct connection to all the ads managers, Facebook, Google Ads, and the value of this dashboard was actually not in data visualization, but in this trusted real-time data. And it was the entry point to get real-time expenses, their traffic, and this dashboard is better than, for example, Google Analytics or Facebook Ad Manager, because also it contains information about their budget. And many salespersons, branch managers use this dashboard to understand, to briefly understand their real-time expenses and the rest of their marketing budget. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's this dashboard is more usable and than Google Ads Analytics. Of course, it contains not so many details, and for detailed analysis, you need to go deeper and analyze the effectiveness of each campaign, of each vendor. But it's mostly for marketing manager. But for business user, it was a good solution. So next story. And this dashboard in such infographic style, and our client was one of big four consulting companies. I mean, one of McKinsey, PwC, KPMG, and Ernst & Young or Deloitte, sometimes Big Seven. So the idea of this analytical product was to get data from internal and external sources on international trade logistics. Let me show how it works. Yes, I'm exactly here. The first, it was about European trade logistics, and I can select country, for example, Germany, and look at all the flows of their trade partnerships with different countries, and I can see how much goods have they sold, have they exported to United States, for example, or this flow will show me data on Brazil, Argentina, Chile, so Southern America and South Sandwich Islands. And I can select any country and start from this brief overview. I have several pages, and go deeper and explore all these flows between countries. And the main indicator is CAGR, and for different time period, I can recalculate all these flows and find the details of each. Let me show category. For example, it's consumables and different categories for each country, and compare their natural weight tones are their partnership to different countries and in money. The next, I can go deeper to the country, and here we have Finland, and launch, for example, such visual as bar chart trace, and see how their leaders changed by year. Here we see that main partners for export and import are Germany and Sweden, but now I can see the Russian Federation in the third place, and it moved Netherlands to fourth place. And for each country, we can analyze these correlations. Let me go, for example, Austria. Okay. And I will restart this bar chart phase and explore Austrian partners for export and import operations, or maybe go deeper to any to specific cargo categories, for example, construction materials, and see this types of transport, sea, rail, and go deeper to types of cargo. And it was supposed to be an analytical product. So our client collected this data source based on open data and matched this data with clients' information about their sales in each category, and provide them their market trends. For example, company could have good sales, but their market share might be decreasing. And so our client, or I mean company from big four consulting companies, offered this analytical product to major companies like Siemens and others, big companies, to use this tool to compare their internal data, their sales and manufacturing data, with overall market trends, and use this well-designed dashboard. And what's your opinion about this product? Was it demanded, and has it survived among different companies who use this product, or has it finally died? And how do you think what the cause of death might be for this dashboard, for this analytical solution? Place your bets.
We have some questions there. Some people are asking, where's the visual from?
Yeah, I'm reading. Yeah, it was this project. So we spent about 4 months. I mean, not for dashboard design, but to connect all the data sources and build data model, and finally to build all the storytelling. Actually, not 4 months. It was about 6 months, to be honest. And we used, and finally our client was very demanding. And for example, I made some mistakes when I suggested some ideas, for example, for such a bar chart trace, but it wasn't custom visual, and according to our terms of our contract, we had to develop this custom visual. And finally, I found some sources on App Source Gallery and edited finds in GitHub, and we developed this custom bar chart trace. Good use, thank you. Survived, used for the map. So what's the trick? Of course, I agree with you that that's a good job, and we spend many times and many efforts, and we worked hard with our clients. But what's the problem? The bottleneck was to match our data and clients' data, and for each category, and if we will go deeper to specific items, they have different names, different categories, and it requires their manual corrections. It was not enough to mesh up our data and data of end client, and it was so it required to spend for several months to clean up all the data and start the production. And when we offered the price for the customization, and each client asked for customization for their personal need, and there was a misexpectations, because we developed a product, and we wanted to sell this as a subscription, but each client asked for customization, but each client wasn't ready to pay for this customization. So he wanted to pay as a subscription for product, not so expensive, but not, for example, 10, 20 or $30,000 for their data preparation and custom dashboard development. That's why this great idea, unfortunately, we sold it to several companies, but some companies who were ready to pay for all the customization, but we didn't get hundreds of clients worldwide who would use this product, use this as a product. And unfortunately, this great idea has died when we tried to scale this project. Yeah, Rashid, I agree with you. As such benchmarking idea needs standardization. So that was a bottleneck for this project. Next, let's go to the next. Next, simple dashboard. It was, let's say, family business, family brokering company. They had their portfolio, and also they managed asset portfolio for some friends, some business families, and there are indicators. Let's look at them. Or maybe I don't have this demo, but I will explain in a few words, and so our time is close to the end. So what we have, we can see our total assets, our cash, dividends by different tickers, their assets, Netflix, Amazon, Nvidia, and others by, let me show this. So this is total values, tickers, Amazon, Netflix, and others by broker. It's name of person who works this data, currency, dollars, pounds, euro, rubles, and they have some financial result, for example, negative result for this segment. And source data. So previously it was, there were a lot of spreadsheets, and they has now a single data set, and this dashboard collects data from different Google Sheets. So in this project, what we actually transformed their data flows from standalone Excel spreadsheets to cloud Google Sheets, which were available online, and when broker closes any transaction operation, this dashboard shows in real time the final result for the portfolio. And this family business wanted to buy and implement their CRM system to work with all the deals, but finally they, how to say, they didn't find resources for this implementation, and they just kept using this dashboard. And how do you think, is this dashboard still alive, or has it died with such manual data input? Because their data, they failed to implement CRM system, and they manually input all the data, all the deals in Google spreadsheets. I see that your suggestion that it has died, but finally this dashboard is still alive because nothing happened for the last, let's say, 3 years, and this family business keeps the same business model, and there's no business growth, so some changes, but in general they work, they manage by the same indicators. Their business not scaling, but they still use this simple dashboard and manually input this data and use this and dashboard for tracking of their financial result. And maybe if this company would develop and change their business model, they would use more sophisticated tools. In this case, they use the same. Next example, it's example number 6, and we have one dashboard more, and then we will finish our cemetery tour. This dashboard displays brief overview for human resources, metrics, their salary, wage fund, their payments by employee, and for the software company by different departments, and how they achieve their financial goals, their prices, and compare their human resources expenses to their key financial indicators. Manual input by finance people, hard working, yeah. And briefly, so this company also had different data sources. They had their HR system, and this dashboard supposed to combine data from their finance system and human resources and provide indicators. So not actually real time. It was mostly for monthly and quarterly meetings for the board, and provide this brief overview and high-level indicators for stakeholders who are not familiar with detailed human resources analytics, and compare these HR indicators with financial indicators. And how do you think? Did stakeholders use this dashboard, or was it useless for them? Or maybe you may suggest other risks, other causes of death for this dashboard. Alan, a great joke. No one can work with HR. But to be honest, yeah, you are right. So stakeholders like this dashboard because it's not beautiful, but it's good enough, and it provides clear indicators. But the problem was that HR people provided source data with mistakes, and month by month it required to fix these mistakes. And while we were supporting this project, we get this data, and month by month we explain to HR people that they shouldn't correct this data or keep some fields empty, and we provided training for them, but finally they said yes, of course, the next month we will make it. But finally we supported this dashboard for maybe 3-4 times, but when we finished our support in terms of our contract, the next month this HR team, the failed data refreshment, we helped them for free for 1 month more, but finally for the next month and after that they failed their dashboard update because they had more and more mistakes in their source data, and they lost their trust for the stakeholders. And unfortunately this dashboard has died. And the last use case, such a simple dashboard and Excel again. It was simplified example of sales funnel dashboard. Similar case that company, IT company has started a new product. They had sugar serum platform, but they didn't want to wait while their support team will set up a new business process and implement in the corporate platform. They just started to collect source data manually, and weekly they added another slice of data by salesperson and their key indicators, meetings, presentations, offers, and contracts. And they analyzed their, for example, problems. Let's look at this sales funnel. For this salesperson, we can see a well-balanced sales funnel with 2 contacts, but another salesperson, Maria, we can see the difference. The same result, 2 contacts, but we can see that her good conversion from meetings to presentations, offers, and contracts, but bad conversion between cold outreach and meetings. Another person has the opposite problem: good conversion from outreach to meetings and presentation, but low conversion to offers and contracts. And when managers discovered all these bottlenecks and other problems, for example, they had good manager but who didn't sign any contract, and finally they put together Maria and Victor, and Victor was good in cold outreach, but Maria was good in closing deals closing, and finally, month by month, they really achieved their sales indicators. And what do you think about this dashboard? Has it died or survived in this company? A great comment that simplicity survives. Yeah, it's clear. And so I think that it would be good scenario if it would die and reborn in the CRM platform, and if CRM platform provides such easy to use dashboard. But still, even Salesforce and other platforms are very hard to set up such a clear dashboard, and that's why this dashboard has survived. And how to say, it's not still alive, because when company completed this project, it was about, so they used this dashboard about a year, and for other projects they really kept this approach to launch temporary dashboard and don't wait for IT team, and they don't accept all these technical risks of unavailability and other problems. They use such local analytical tools, and yes, Excel is the best survivor. And that's example for you that you can still use Microsoft Excel, and for some business users it's a more trusted solution, and they trust Excel and they may afraid of Power BI. And it's good point for start. And then you may sell them idea of online dashboard, of mobile dashboard, when they get used to this interactive analytics. So what I want to say in the conclusion. So the good approach, less is more. And as we can see, the simplest solution survived. The most complicated solutions as that. But maybe today I provided examples of died sophisticated solutions, but of course we have good stories with happy ending for advanced analytics, but these stories not so easy to tell, and they are not so funny, too many details. But for this dashboard, for this workshop, I provided 7 stories with depth of complicated and survival of simple solutions. And what I want to say is that, as I said, good approach to start from most valuable prototype, most valuable product as Excel or simple online, simple Power BI dashboard, Tableau, and then step by step collect customer feedback and implement new features. And yeah, Microsoft Excel is the best survivor. And don't forget that you may still use it as a multifunctional BI platform, as a good data source, data platform, if you will use Power Pivot, Power Query, and it still has good enough data visualization capabilities. And so I hope this workshop was useful for you, and my examples might inspire you for data visualization and avoid some mistakes in data project management. So, and I'm happy to join this conversation, and thank you for your engagement, for your feedback. I hope this will be useful in your career.
Well, thank you very much, Alex. Thank you for that. It was a very, very useful presentation. I also found it very useful. It's quite good to see so many different dashboards. Let me put my video back on. It's very good to see different dashboards and the different ways it's designed, because now we get to see it from the other side and go to look at it like, is this good or not? So I love the fact that you had many different examples and that you actually explained what makes something good and what makes it not so good. So, and I think that's something we can all kind of take away when we're creating a new dashboard. So thank you very much for your time. Thank you everybody that joined us, and keep in touch. We're on Meetup, we're on LinkedIn. So keep in touch for future sessions. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.